This is a public announcement from Rockstars headquarters. This app is not accessible right now, and the app developer is aware of the issue. You will be able to log in when the app is reactivated. And then, my dear friends, underneath is a big okay. Well, I'm not okay with it, but it's kind of funny because this helps me to really welcome here and introduce to those who don't know our coach, Travis Thom, because he is here to talk about AI, about Facebook, about the latest technology. And guess what? The technology is not working. So what are we going to do, Travis?
We are going to record it and then deliver it to everyone and deliver a ton of value that you can follow step by step.
Love it. Love it. So even though the technology is not working and there are some hiccups here and there, we still are working on a learning, improving our skills and using what is out there and what is available. So the plan was to change the host seat. I will now go ahead and make you a host of this event. And so you can share your screen and teach us more. Hold on, I will do the speaker only and a couple more buttons I need to push. And then we are ready to rock and roll and learn from you. So there you go. You are a host.
Thank you. Thank you. I've got it. And we're ready. Okay, so it's been, I think, 1 year since AI really came out. Started with ChatGPT, and now it's grown to, I think, a little over 7,000 different AI tools that are accessible for everyone to be able to create images, video, different types of websites, blogs, whatever you name it. And with that, we're not necessarily trying to replace other people or replace what you do, but essentially enhance it and be able to fast track the ability to create advertising and marketing and use it almost as your assistant, as your expert, where it's going to enable you to be able to do things that might either be better, enhanced, or just do it faster. So today, I'm going to walk you through how to create a seller lead generation campaign that's going to be running as a Facebook ad. And we're going to be walking through the process about how to do that, what tools to leverage, and all of this is accessible to you at a really affordable cost. So first, we're going to start off with the actual ad design. So I'm in Canva right now. This is a little ad template I created. And I like to start off sometimes with the actual ad itself. So that is what we're going to be building off of, right? That's kind of the seed that we're planting, and then we can grow from there. So with this, I'm saying, overwhelmed by the thought of selling your home, download the free seller guide to learn how to sell your home in 9 simple steps. Download our seller's guide. Now, it's important to understand ad design as well, which is typically you want to have some sort of good visual hook within here. The visual hook is the ad creative, with being that this is for sale, there's a home, and you want to have some text overlay that is also asking a question, right? Which is overwhelmed by the thought of selling your home, and it kicks off that internal dialogue. Maybe they are, right? There's a lot of different decisions being made from iBuyers to the different types of interest rates, and everything that's going on right now. And I do want to know, what can I do to sell my home? What are the proper steps? And you need to be the beacon of light within that storm to be able to say, hey, here is the best way to do it. So you're the authority figure that is giving them the ideal outcome of what they want. And then you're attracting sellers with this as well. And then from there, having some contrasting colors, right? That pulls people in. And again, this is also where we have the hierarchy of the ad copy on the ad design that tells them to then download the free seller's guide, right? Download a seller's guide. How does that? We're using the copywriting formula called AIDA, A-I-D-A, stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. So we're drawing in attention by having the house, the for sale sign, And then that question, overwhelmed by the thought of selling your home. And then from there, interest. We're building up interest by telling them, like, are you overwhelmed, right? And then the desire, which is learn the 9 simple steps to sell your home. And then the actual action part, which is the call to action, telling them what to do next. There's been several studies done on eye tracking studies with Facebook ads. And there's a famous one with a company called Consumer Acquisitions. They researched over 100,000 Facebook ads. And they found out with eye tracking that 90% of the actual ad design itself really drives the performance of an ad campaign, right? So if all the eyeballs are essentially looking at the ad image, we need to really be as visually descriptive and also from some text overlay, and then telling them what they're going to get, what's on the other side. And so we've summarized that with this type of ad copy. Now, next from here, I'm going to go to a tool called Gamma. And Gamma is a tool that you can either use to create some sort of ad copy, actual building out an actual, let's say, PDF or lead magnet that they're going to get on the other side. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to drive people over to the actual lead magnet when they click on this ad. And Gamma is a way to either, if you have a PDF that you've already written, or if you have a Word doc or a Google Doc you've already written, you can go through and basically create one using that. So we've got paste in text. You might already have something you've written. You might import a file that you've already have, some document that will then make it better and enhance it. Or you can go to one and it's just going to generate it specifically from this. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to type in this one and ask it to create we've got a presentation or a document or a web page. And I'm going to say this, we're going to turn this into a document. And from here, what would you describe what you'd like to make? So I want to create I'm going to say informative seller guide that gives homeowners more insight. I got to spell insight correctly. Insight on how to sell their home in today's markets. So this just is really kind of more of a seller guide. So let's see what we got here. Right, we've got an informative seller guide that gives homeowners more insight on how to sell their home in today's market. So you can get more descriptive. You can add a lot more to it if you like. I'm just going to have this one basic type of prompt here, and we're going to generate an outline. So it's building out an outline for us, right? Introduction to seller guide, understanding the current real estate market, preparing a home for sale. So it looks like it's pretty good. We've got a nice kind of outline here. You do have the opportunity to put in a 5,000 length word prompt to be able to give a lot more information, to be more impactful. But for these purposes, just that one line for me is fine. And then amount of text per card, you can do brief, you can do medium. And I'm going to say this is, I want to add more detailed description here. And then you can do image source. We've got web image search. You can do generate images with AI, which would be pretty cool that they can do that. I'm going to leave it at web search and then all image licenses, and it's going to develop 4 cards. Now, again, you can add more detail to it. A bigger, better descriptive prompt is going to give you more information, a better outline, a better outcome. So I'm going to hit continue, and then now we're going to pick the theme style that we want from this. So we've got, I'm going to choose professional. Well, it's going to shuffle around here. You know, I like this theme. That's a little colorful here. Let's see if we've got one that's a little bit more like this. Let's see, kind of dark. All right. All right, now from here, I'm going to go ahead and hit generate. So we know we've picked our theme style. And then now it's going to start to build out that seller guide for us. And again, if you already have a seller guide written, you can put it in there. It's going to build one for you, but I don't have one written. So we're going to leverage AI to go ahead and build out this document for us. So understanding the current real estate market, and you can see that it's really already building this out, right? Declutter, staging, curb appeal, pricing your home competitively.
Travis, I'm shocked. This is amazing.
Right? Isn't this cool?
Oh my goodness. This can save everyone so much time. It looks professional. I would always recommend to read through and maybe add your style of communication or your words, how you like to come across. Maybe add your own photographs to personalize it. But this is gold.
Right? I mean, it is really clean. It's really fast. I mean, that would took, I think, maybe 45 seconds. And now we've got a well-written one. It's written, it says written by me.
Yeah.
We can edit this. We can add different images. But one, I can go up to here, right, and click on this little button, add a card with AI, which will add then another card. Maybe I might have an intro, right, about me. I can add from a template, add a blank card. And if I want to change the different kind of color scheme here, a card style, I can say I want this to be full, background color layout to it, faded or default color. Might want to switch that up and change it to, let's say, purple, whatever it might be. So there's different ways to customize it a little bit more. And as Hannah said, add images to it. So you have this bar on the right-hand side. You can add visual templates. You can add some images. You can add embedded videos. So I might go and say, I want to embed a YouTube video that I have, or another video. Maybe it's me walking through a property and saying, hi, I'm Travis Thom. It's a pleasure to meet you. I want to walk you through some of the seller guide and the things that you need to do to get your home ready for sale. And just kind of a recap on the current real estate market and go over what that might be. So it gives a little bit more opportunity to have a little bit more of a dynamic type of guide that gives, one, your expertise, a little bit more of a visual layout and different things that they can digest, different media that they can work with. So let's say that we've got that built out. You've customized it however you want, right? It has 8 cards. It's, not terribly in depth. And so it's in a nice way where it leaves them with enough information, but wanting maybe a little bit more. And you might then at the bottom here, or add over here, maybe like might add number 4, contact me as your real estate agent and make sure that we take care of this for you and get it on MLS, and we'll take care of advertising, right? All of those kind of things. So you want to go ahead and put in some of those. Maybe it's a click to call or some other type of secondary action where you get them to connect with you in some sort of way. All right, so now we've got this guide built out, and now I'm going to go to ChatGPT, and I already created one prompt, but I'm going to start from the beginning here. And I'm using ChatGPT 4, which is the paid version. You can do the regular version. The paid version gives you just a little bit more opportunities to browse the internet and pull data from there. So I'm going to say, as my prompt, act, because right now what we're going to do is we're going to move into creating ad copy for our ad. So I'm going to say, act as a creative copywriter for Facebook ads and create a short Facebook ad that is offering a seller guide to homeowners that provides them with clarity on what they need to sell their home. So that kind of prompt is something you can easily use. You can, of course, change that if you want. And right now it's giving me a Facebook ad that's a little bit longer form copy. So unlock the secrets to a successful home sale. Are you planning to sell your home? And so we've got that one, which is pretty good. It has some nice bullet points here. So what's inside the guide, step-by-step home selling process, pricing strategies, home staging tips, negotiation tactics. Those are things, of course, we can add on to inside of what we already have written or work with that there. All right, so next I've got my ad copy, right? We've got our seller guide and we have our ad image. Now I'm going to log into Walled Garden. Walled Garden is a Facebook, Instagram marketing software tool that I built that basically it's a fast way to build a lead generation campaign for any of your Facebook advertising needs. So we're going to go in here and we clicked on create an ad. I'm going to choose housing, a special ad category. I'm going to give it a name. This is going to be called Seller Guide. And I'm going to say lead gen. And this is only going to be shown to me inside my dashboard, the name of that. I'm going to choose lead generation. This is going to create a Facebook and Instagram lead ad form for us to be able to actually create a form that the prospect is going to fill out as they go through this. And now I'm going to upload an image. And let's see if I can find that one image I just created recently. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So now we've uploaded our image. You can upload a video if you want. But for me, I'm going to just do this one. This is our beautiful ad image we created. And now I'm going to add the ad copy. So I'm going to go back up in the ChatGPT. And I'm going to go here and just copy all of this. My computer slows down a lot when we use Zoom here, so it may seem like I'm going slow, but
At least we have a chance to comprehend,
yeah, that
what
too.
you.
It's true. Sometimes I go a little too
It's
fast.
good. It's good. It's a good speed. And just a little note, ChatGPT is around $20 a month. It's absolutely worth it because it's a massive time saver and also brain power saver. To sit down and write something on this level, it can take you days.
Right.
So I'm all about using ChatGPT to save time and your brain power.
And you may already have ad copy you've written. And then you put it in the ChatGPT and say, act as a creative copywriter for Facebook ads. Please improve this ad copy and give me multiple variations. And then you put in the ad copy you've already created and have it, and then it'll build out and basically turn what you already have and create different variations, improve it, give you some suggestions. And so it is a great way to be able to enhance what you've already done. Or if you just don't know where to start, leveraging that to do it for you. So I'm putting in the ad headline, get your free seller's guide. And then the ad copy, right? ChatGPT wrote that for us. So we've got that, all the way up here, unlock your secrets to a successful home sale. And then call to action. I have on the ad copy and also in the ad design download as a call to action. So I'm going to use that as a call to action button that's going to show up on the website. Now I'm going to go back to Gamma, and I'm going to go to this little button that says share. And I'm going to go all the way down to this little copy link button, and it says, anyone with a link can view. And I'm going to copy that. Done, and then now back up into here, and then destination URL link. All right, so I'm gonna drop that in, and that's what people are going to be sent to after they fill out this Facebook lead ad form. So we're going to ask for full name, email, phone number, and let's say I'm going to ask a custom question here. I can just click on that. I'm going to make sure that I click on it. And I'm going to ask, when do you plan to sell your home? So the first couple questions are going to be pre-filled out. Name, email, phone numbers, going to be pre-filled out from Facebook, from their social profile. But I want to ask a custom question that they have to actually manually type in, right? And so actually, I think just one custom question is enough for that. Now we got a privacy policy link in there. It's important we have that. And then now it's going to run the ad on Facebook and Instagram. That's what it's going to look like for us. And then now here is the actual ad design there. Now I can go back and edit that ad design because it does, it is kind of long. I might want to add some spaces there. I can kind of get that to be a little bit prettier. And so I can shorten that. But from here, we're going to run it for 10 days, $10 a day. And then the target market. So for me, I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I'm going to type in Albuquerque and then hit that. And now what Walled Garden does is it's going to leverage Facebook's AI and its machine learning to help identify and find homeowners based on the ad copy and the ad design and the free seller's guide. It's going to read all of that. And it's already saying, hey, we're going to target people that are homeowners, live in this specific area that you typed in as this market. So Walled Garden and Facebook leverage that artificial intelligence to find and target homeowners and run this ad to it. And when they click on it, it'll flip around into a Facebook lead ad form where we're going to get their name, email, phone number, and then the custom question of when do they plan on selling their home, and they got to type that in. And then from here, I simply just go down to the bottom here and hit I agree to the terms of use, and then hit purchase this ad, type in my credit card details, and the ad will be off and running in about 5 minutes, and it'll run for 10 days and start generating those leads. And those leads will be sent to you via text, via email, and then you'll be able to actually see also in your dashboard, those leads can be routed to your CRM through either Zapier or either kind of a lead parsing email that you have. And so I've got one that I ran. It's like a list of homes here. This nice report here that gives me kind of a breakdown that shows me. So I've got 11 leads from this one. And I can download the leads, but again, they're sent to you via text and email right to your CRM. And there's some custom questions, right, that I have that people have filled out are already there. So it's just an easy way to be able to create a seller lead generation campaign, and all together in a very short amount of time without having to go in the Facebook Ad Manager and go through all the headaches of doing that. So we used, kind of recap here, we used Canva for the actual ad design here, which is pretty easy template to set up. We used Gamma AI to be able to create this comprehensive seller guide. And then we also used ChatGPT to help us write the ad copy. And then we used Walled Garden to create the Facebook ad that is going to be running. People go through the actual Facebook lead ad on Facebook and Instagram. They fill those details, and then they're automatically sent over to this seller guide. And then this is what it looks like when they get there. Right? This is the actual, so then it looks like this. And they can go through it. You got their information, and now you can follow up with them and say, hey, thanks so much for filling out the ad I had on Facebook. I understand that you're looking to sell your home in the near future. Would love to go over some of those details with you and how we can help you. And there you go. The best way to be able to leverage artificial intelligence and some really cool marketing tools to be able to create a campaign that will generate seller leads for you.
Wow, I love it. So this, and I know that the seller's guide can be tweaked a little bit, and we can add some videos to it to gain more credibility from showing our face, or maybe adding checklists. It can be worked a little bit more robust, made a little bit more bigger, but you created all of it under 30 minutes.
Right.
Do you understand that?
Right. Right. I know
You did it under 30 minutes. Like, I will need to take a coffee break and just comprehend what happened. But this is amazing. So I have a couple of follow-up questions.
Yes.
Can you tell me, there was this little window which said, I think $4.60 cost per lead. Where do you, because you're an expert in this, where do you like to see the cost per lead? And how do we understand that the campaign is successful? Obviously, we want to get some home sellers that would make the campaign successful. But even growing the sphere of influence,
Right.
What is your take on it? Cost per lead.
So with in this specific advert here that is showing with that cost per lead around $4, this was one offering a list of homes that was generating buyers and sellers. So each type of ad has kind of its own specific cost per lead attributed to it within each market. And you with sellers and Facebook, the way that they look at homeowners and running ads to people that own homes, homeowners is a very precious commodity because you own a home, you're typically, you've got maybe roofing services that you're paying for, landscaping services, and you might have, furniture services. So you might have, let's say, Pottery Barn running ads to homeowners. You might have a large plumbing company, locally running ads to homeowners. So there's this own kind of ecosphere of people that are running and buying ads to target homeowners. So homeowners become a very kind of special targeting interest that people really want to get in front of. And so the cost, because it's competitive, the cost per lead is going to be higher than if it was just a regular buyer, for instance. And it's also for lead generation campaigns, you're really being very niche and saying download a seller's guide because they plan to sell in the near future. So you're being very upfront and you're very direct to consumer type of ad copy and ad offering, which in itself generates higher quality prospects if they're going to go through that process. But the cost per lead is typically going to be anywhere from $14 to around $35, typically in that kind of range. Now you might have some that might be above that. Now, if you run an ad campaign and you only get, let's say, 1 or 2 leads over the course of 10 days, that cost per lead, of course, is then going to become more like a $50 lead, right?
Yes.
Because you spent maybe $100 in ad spend and you only get 2 leads, that's $50 per lead. That was the cost associated with trying to achieve and get that lead. That $4.19 you see here, it's not, a lot of people say, is that an extra cost? No, that's just how the data is showing up on the math of saying your budget was $100, you're able to get 11 leads. And if you take, $11, $100 divided by 11, that's going to equal, that $4.19, right, cost per lead to acquire those individuals with that assigned budget. So ideally, your lead range should be between that like $14 to $35. That's a pretty healthy range there. And you want to be able to have enough leads flowing through to where you've got high quantity and there's quality within quantity. And then you might start to see on the second or third ads that you're creating going, well, what was it that got people to actually engage with it? Was it contrasting color? Was it the ad copy? Was it a image of a home that was hyper relevant to the specific neighborhood or area, right? All of those kind of key things there. The secondary type of benefit from this that you may not see immediately from lead generation is the amount of people that are seeing the ad as a brand awareness, brand positioning play. So from here, right, and I know Hannah knows what I'm talking about. Hannah is a marketing expert in disguise.
Oh, stop it. I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it, dude. This is an ongoing process with, 7,000 AI tools, right? I'm on a tool number 11.
Yeah. Well, if you see that, so the audience size, this is how many people the ad is being shown to. So for this specific one, this was shown to 1,300 people. It had 2,300 views. So everyone in this audience saw this ad almost about twice, right? 2 times. The views is impressions. How many people in the audience saw the actual ad? And from a branding perspective, people saw it, they go, oh, Venture Realty Group, they're marketing homes, they're out there, they're doing business, they're being active. The perception is reality in marketing, where people see and it starts to build where they go, that is your brand and your brand positioning. There's a local agent in my market that specializes just in luxury homes, and every home he gets, he promotes it heavily on social media, from organically to then paid advertising, and everyone associates him with luxury homes. But he has a lot of other listings that are not luxury homes, but he promotes the ones that are luxury homes so he can get luxury buyers, higher end buyers, and establish that and win more luxury. So now, he's been doing this for about 5 years now. He now has most of his inventory that you see are all bigger luxury homes, higher end properties, because what you market is what you attract. And building that brand through social media and reaching more people beyond, or the organic reach that you have, is going to build that perception and that brand, and really kind of take people through this indoctrination process of what they see online is who you actually are. So lead generation ads can be brand building just from the sheer amount of people that are seeing the ad and seeing that you're active in today's market.
This is very important what you just walk us through. I see some agents complaining that their Facebook ads are bringing 0 leads, but they are forgetting about this important aspect that there might be future clients. So from your perspective, since you understand this to the single dollar aspect of it, what would you recommend for, let's say 2024 is around the corner, and some of the realtors who are watching this, they would like to know what budget they should set aside or create for 2024 to gain a presence, like how many months they should look for advertising to get at least some traction, how much money to set aside for monthly ads?
I would, at a bare minimum budget, I would focus around in between $300 to $500 a month in digital advertising on Facebook and Instagram. And that can be where you can switch back and say, okay, I'm going to be spending $10 a day on average. And 1 month, I might be doing just pure lead generation, offering a list of homes, offering a seller's guide, right? Whatever it might be. You're going to be running 1 or 2 ads dedicated to generating leads. Then the next month, I go and I switch over and say, I'm now going to run a brand awareness campaign, either video or some sort of other kind of brand that showcases your authority. Either that's thought leadership videos, or talking about the real estate market, market updates, a tour of a new construction development or a new home you just listed, whatever it might be. Running some brand awareness campaigns, $10 a day, getting in front of a large amount of people. And you can get in front of 20, 30, 40,000 people within a 1 month span for $10 a day. So switch to the next month, and now we're doing, let's say we're targeting our sphere of influence, retargeting our database, right? Friends, family, past clients, people that know you, love you, and trust you, and past leads. That's going to be a campaign that is running, let's say, a video campaign, or just nurturing them by staying in front of them. And that priming and reminding methodology, where you're priming the audience, reminding them that you exist in this market to help them, and they see ads from you maybe 2 or 3 times a month. And at the same time, during that month, you're following up via text, via email, reaching out to them, letting them know, maybe sending them messages and DMs on Messenger or Instagram, communicating with them so it becomes more hyper relevant, right, that you're doing that. Maybe the next month, you got a custom audience of maybe a neighborhood of 3,000 homes. Go to your title company, get a list of everyone, all the homeowners in there, get a CSV file, upload it to something like Walled Garden, and you're going to upload that CSV file and then do some geo farming, right? We're going to farm ads just to that specific neighborhood and stay in front of them. And so each month, choose kind of a different target, right? I'm going to do lead generation next month. I'm going to do brand awareness. Next month, I'm going to nurture my database. Next month, I'm going to do some geo farming to a specific neighborhood. Then I'm going to switch back to lead generation. So with that, you can accomplish that, within that $300 to $500 a month in ad spend, and be able to have at the end of the year well over probably 500,000 people that have seen your ad. Right, you're going to have a healthy amount of leads. Probably a little close to around, I'd say, 600 to 800 leads, maybe 1,000, plus more, depending on your market. And nurturing your database, staying in front of them, they're probably going to see your ad maybe a total of 20 to 30 times during that year. So if you just go through that rinse and repeat type of methodology and just kind of rotate through, you can be very successful and get in front of the right people with a pretty modest budget.
Absolutely agree, 100%. Wow. So guys, if you're watching, watch this one more time because I will. This was epic. I have a ton of notes. I know we are running over time. And I promise, guys, I promise I will have Travis next year again. Maybe we can create actually a separate webinar where we can outline the entire year, the agenda, because Facebook or social media, it's not once and it's done. It has to be nurtured like everything else. Before we leave, okay, we mentioned Canva, Gamma, ChatGPT, Walled Garden, any other AI tool you really swear by and you like to use. Maybe it can come to a time management or videos or blog creation, anything else. You can just drop a couple more gems on us.
There's from a ad creation standpoint, I really enjoy Midjourney. Midjourney is a really good one. Midjourney I use to create sometimes ad images that I might not have readily available. And Midjourney is one that I'll go in and I'll say, okay, I need to create an image of a suburban area in Arizona. And then I can go in there and just give it a prompt and it'll create that for me. And the really hyper realistic ones. And actually, let me show you real quick here. I want to show you what I've created.
Please show and tell. We love those. And then the very last question would be if you have any AI you love using when it comes to video creating, because video is extremely powerful, helps us to gain credibility and trust and like from our clients. So that is very important as well. Oh, I love all the images. What are the drinks?
Yeah, those are some margaritas for actually my kids' school for margarita night for the parents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good school.
And so let's see here. So these are some homeowners that we created. So I said baby boomer homeowners in front of their home in Arizona.
Yeah.
And let's see here. There's some other ones here that I have that are a bit better. Some stuff for my kiddos. Okay, so this one is actually let's go down to this couple. So this was some happy couples in front of their home. And let me see, where's my mouse?
And these are all AIs. These are like not the real people we are seeing.
Right. Yeah, this is all AI. So you can see, I know, isn't that crazy? This is my prompt, baby boomer couple selling their house in Arizona. So this couple doesn't exist, right? But I needed a image of homeowners because we're running an ad to this specific demographic in Arizona, and we wanted to be able to showcase and show them. And so you would do that by going to Discord in here, and you can go through, and it's Discord is an app where there's lots of different people creating different different images. There's some people creating some honeycombs, and some people creating logos, and this is all all AI. So I could go in here. I'm going to say / and then I'm going to do image prompt with Midjourney. And I'm going to say, let's say a modern home in, let's say Atlanta. And so it'll then go and then basically build out that for me. And there's lots of different channels. You can create your own channel. If you don't want people to see what you're creating, you can create your own server in here. I think it's about $15 a month for you can do it for free to I think around 100 images. But if you want to create more, you can go ahead and do that. And so you can see, and it's a ton of, hundreds and hundreds of images are being created. This one's, Domo in a forest, high resolution photorealistic. Someone did something about Christmas break. It's fun to see what other people are doing and how they're doing it. So it takes a couple minutes for mine, or a couple seconds.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, and so I can go back up to mine, and then I get to see these are modern homes in Atlanta. So I could then either download these or say, I just want this, one on the far left, bottom right, whatever it might be, and create those from there.
And this is a free image. You do not have to, if you pay for the Discord, you do not have to pay anything else for the image.
Correct. Yeah, you just download the image, and there's a free version and there's a paid version. I've got the paid version because I create a ton of different ones. But then there's things like Opus Pro from a video perspective, where you can take a long form video and then it'll chop it up into 10 viral clips for you. So if you got like a long video, maybe an interview or a podcast, it'll then add subtitles, the captions, it'll chop it up, resize it for you into vertical format. It'll even then have the hook. It might take a hook that you said in there and then push it into the front. So Opus Pro is a really good one. There's a new one that I've just been starting to check out called Submagic. And Submagic is submagic.co. And what this one will do, this is very similar to that. Oops, didn't do it. But Submagic, what it'll do is it will actually create B-roll shots for you, along with the shorter form, vertical format stuff. So it'll create these viral videos for you and add B-roll and zoom in, zoom out, and sound effects for you. So it'll create all of this, right? These kind of fancy ones. So on the far right.
Oh, look at him, Alex Hermosi.
Yeah. So it's showing a little bit more of a dynamic type of, because we know that a lot of people have the attention span of a goldfish. So you got to have,
happening to all of us.
Right. Yeah. I know that includes me. So this is, a fun one to upload images to or videos to that'll help create that. Creating videos, there is Runway ML and Runway. Let's see if I've got Runway here, which you can upload an image and turn it into a video, or you can do text to create video. So you give it a text prompt and it'll create the video for you. I've used Runway to take a static image and turn it into a tiny video, typically about 4 seconds long. Mm-hmm. And so these are all ones that other people have created. And so, it's this big ocean wave at daybreak. And so, these are all just AI generated. This one is sunset. Wow. Over
and this is done out of a still picture, out of a still photograph.
Well, some of these are actually just people putting in a text prompt, okay, and it creates the actual video. Or you can go and upload your own, where you upload an image and then it turns it into a video.
That's amazing. Yeah. Okay, I know what I'll be doing over the Christmas break.
It's so at night, a lot of the times I'm going into Midjourney and I'm typing in, just trying to think of anything. And it's my creative outlet to be able to say, okay, I want a monkey driving a motorcycle, jumping through a flaming hoop, and have a bunny rabbit, peeking out of a backpack on its back, to do all that. And it's fun. My daughter, I've been teaching her text to image generation, and so she uses Midjourney a lot, and she comes up with different fun ideas and different things like that. And so she actually created one, and then we went and printed it on a t-shirt for her, and she wears that t-shirt now to school, and she gets to create great imagery. So it can be used for all sorts of things. You can turn it into flyers. You might have a background for that. You can take the image and put it into Canva and then build on top of it. Tons of different ways. And all these tools are really easy to actually learn and use if you just practice and play with it.
Yeah, And that's what holidays are for.
Yes.
After we open all the presents, let's get better in AI. Let's not be afraid, because just by what you were demonstrating to us, it's an incredible tool. So please don't be afraid. Keep in mind that we used to go where to a pay phone, right? And now we are using the cell phones for basically everything, including banking and purchasing. So I view AI same way, that it is a tool for us to use and improve the way we do business, and get more leads and get more clients and get more commissions. So Travis, thank you so much for joining us today at the jam session. Happy holidays to you and your family, and I'm looking forward to see you next year.
Perfect. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you too. Bye. Bye-bye.